Hey! How's everybody's Sunday going? We're playing GRIS today. I have played this game before. It's been a few years though. So I don't remember very much. It's a pretty short game. Didn't have a lot of time to seep into my brain. I'm looking forward to checking it out again. I remember one of the first things I noticed about the game. Hey! I remember one of the first things I noticed about the game is that I don't usually like this kind of art style, but it's just done so stylistically that I love it. The little sticky limbs are funny to me. Oh, you played it? Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't remember very much about that. I want to watch it from more of a music perspective this time. I say watch, it's a very cinematic game. Like that's a great use of the TV already. Game is good at giving you a very quick feeling. I don't know what the hell is happening, but I'm invested. I don't know anything about that list. I'm not sure if I've done it over the There's an echo. No, it's probably on my end. I'll check it out. No, there shouldn't be an echo. There's only one feed other than the desktop audio, and that's my mic. Might just be your speaker after all. Nope, it's not just your speaker. Give me a minute. I know what's happening. All is well, you heard nothing. Calcifer. Is that a reference I don't get? Hello, Mortis. It's a very high octane start to the game. I'm surprised how much I don't remember about this game. I only played it 2 years ago, but I only remember little snapshots here and there. They legitimately left me speechless. The game? GRIS? Hello, Necromincia. Minja? I'm gonna go with Necromincia unless told otherwise. Isn't that who the little fire guy is on your back? Oh! Honestly? I don't know. I didn't know he was actually from something. I just know that he's Ghibli and that he's public domain. First message didn't go through. Oh, okay. That explains my confusion. Oh, thank you so much. That really means a lot. I put a lot of effort into them. They were really fun to make. They were very personal to me. Thank you. Hey, Asher, I have played this before, but like I was saying, I haven't played it since 2020, so I remember very little about the game. Thank you. I'm really glad you enjoyed them. Thank you for coming. So I figure since this is my second time playing, it is a chill game. I will focus a little more on trying to find all the collectibles. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Let's see, what did I do today? Not a whole lot. My friends were helping me level in Final Fantasy XIV. Just a little before stream. I'm trying to get... I don't have any Disciples of War that are level 30, and this week's fashion challenge requires, like, if you want the easy 80 points, you have to have some level 30 Disciple of War gear on. So I have an archer at level 29 now. So pretty close, getting there. I love these guys so much. So much do I love these guys. They're like hermit crabs of civilization. Looks like I can't actually go that way. Really need to get back into Final Fantasy XIV, but I'm so far behind, I'm slightly intimidated. Hey, if it makes you feel better, I just started playing the game for the first time like 2 months ago. I see it as an opportunity to be left behind. No, I'm kidding. I'm like a little embarrassed that I don't remember at all how to go through the game. All I remember is that I didn't have a ton of trouble with it, so I'm hoping it'll be fairly intuitive all the way through. It'll be very embarrassing if I get stuck. Oh my god, a slide! Whee! That's not sliding. That's not at all what I thought I was in for. Ha! I am a pro gamer. I am technically a professional in some definitions, and I'm a gamer, so I guess I meet all the criteria. Fingers! Just when you, right when you need fingers, they show up. Isn't that right, everybody? I don't know what the hell I'm saying. No, they don't need a hand. They are a hand. Yeah, the music in this is great. How it's all tied to the visuals so clearly. Bouncing doesn't make me go any faster, I don't think, but it sure is fun. She's like a human pogo stick. I said I was gonna try for more collectibles this time around, but I feel like I would have already run into one if I was hitting everything. So maybe I'm not going for all the collectibles. Bouncing is indeed fun. Less fun as you get older, but fun until then. The tree looks like a menorah or some kind of candelabra. Now we're both 30 and we can still bounce if we want. I would bounce in my chair right now, but it's extremely squeaky if you haven't noticed. I wouldn't do that to you. Oh, that sure is a whole lot of not what I expected to find up there. I don't remember what this means. I can't remember if it's a list of things that I have to collect or a list of things that I don't have to collect. No, I haven't beaten Horizon Zero Dawn. I stopped streaming it just because it gets pretty hard, and I just wasn't remembering enough from session to session, only playing it once a week. So I decided to start just playing it on my own, and I haven't beaten it yet. But I will let you know when I do. Well, I hope I didn't leave anything behind, because I just left it behind. It's a one-way street. I love the animation on her cloak. It's so fluid. Played Traveler. Journey. Yeah, I was gonna say, it reminds me of Journey, though. Yeah, Journey is another great minimalist music game. Boing, 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 boing. It's really good. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do a video on GRIS's music, but that's part of why I'm playing it today, is to see if I want to add it to a future monthly poll. It won't be a next month's poll. I already have the choices decided for that, but you know. Austin Wintory is good. Is he the one who... Oh my god, that's so nice. Sorry. Is Austin Wintory the composer for Journey? It's a good thing there's no fall damage in this game. You think you'll do the whole game tonight? It's pretty short. That's my plan. Because I've gone for 3 or 4 hours plenty of times before. If I remember right, there actually isn't anything in this direction. But, you know. Oh! I remembered quite wrong. By the way, the music just then was loud enough that you were kind of drowned out. Oh, good to know. Thank you for telling me. That's odd. Is it quieter now? Well, I mean, there's not really any sound playing, but is it quieter now? Yeah, he did the score. He also collabed with Darren Korb for a symphonic collection of Supergiant games. Oh! I didn't know that. You hear the silence loudly. I don't know what you mean, lie to you. But yeah, when the music comes up again, please let me know how the volume is, because it should. I think the ambient noises were fine. Just that big score. Yeah, no, I hear you. Darren Korb collab, you have my full attention. Oh yeah, you're right. I lied. Yeah, Pedro was saying that there's a collab between Darren Korb and what's his name again? Austin Wintory, who wrote the music for Journey. Not the band, the game. But yeah, next time there is music in the game, please let me know if it's quieter, like right now. Because for some reason, I think what might have been happening is that you're getting like the full volume that's coming out of my headphones, but you shouldn't be. Oh yeah, this part. Because like how loud is this? Is this rivaling my voice? Because it is in my ear, but it shouldn't be for you. What the heck, man? Okay. How's that? Is that better? Is it quieter now? Hi, Logic. It rivaled your voice a little bit, but not like the main antagonist arc rival. I'm not worried about like whether I'm or not I'm being drowned out. I want it to be significantly quieter than me. Lower the gain, man. I don't know. I'm not amusing. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing. I'm turning down the slider. It's mezzo piano now. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so it was just louder than I thought it was. That's all. No problems there. Now let's progress. Mezzo piano is what we're going for. Should be top end of mezzo forte for me. Maybe even the bottom end of mezzo piano for you. That's the sweet spot. No! Wow, nerd. Listen, man, if you don't want music jargon, you came to the wrong place. Hello? Oh! I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I wanted to stand on his head, but I guess that would have been mean. Speaking of music jargon, just earlier today I was watching a relatively old Adam Neely video. I really like Adam Neely's channel. He's just like a music theory guy, professional jazz musician who does a lot of video essays. Yeah, not like your channel is full of music analysis vids or anything. Not as full as I want it to be, but we're slowly improving the count. Seeing how it's you when we use terms like mezzo and forte, I can only be 50% sure we're not talking about anime girls. What anime are you watching? It's like Fate Grand Order, but with musical terms instead of historical figures. What was I saying about Adam Neely? It's a relatively old video, but he was talking about how Katy Perry was sued because her counter melody was similar to like some rapper's track, and it was just a ridiculous case. But the case went through because the lawyer like specifically, excuse me, the lawyer specifically wanted to have a trial by jury so he could confuse them with music jargon, and it worked. It was such bullshit, but the case was thrown out. Clint, he did talk about some VTuber song that's kind of explicit. It sure is. I was talking about, oh, what is it called? I'm Your Treasure Box by Hosho Marin, which is very openly about sex, but it's a good song. I feel like whenever there's a sequel to an idol show, it's called Mezzo Forte Crescendo or something. There's that one show that has euphonium in the title, which is funny to me. Yeah, that was dumb. You heard about that too. Did you also watch the Adam Neely video, or do you know it from another source? Mori, as in, like... as in Calliope Mori? No. I don't think she would ever put out a sexually explicit track. This man is my VTuber guru, by the way. I would know nothing without him. I'm a problem. Mezzo Forte is a 2000 original video animation OVA directed by Yasuomi Umetsu, but in the United States these OVAs are edited into an anime movie and released it on the DVD on the... Learned about it from Adam Neely. He's such a good... Oh, I love his commentary channel so much. He has some really cool stuff that I would not know otherwise. And then Logic, you probably know the punchline of that story is that then Katy Perry's record label claimed ad revenue on the video about how it should be impossible to claim ad revenue on that, which was the label's position in the court case. Just like deeply stupid and hypocritical. On the same year. I think you may have copy-pasted that wrong. I love this part. What a good boy. My friend just got pulled on stage to dance with Katy Perry last week. That sounds oddly specific. I'm so behind on my Katy Perry lore. Has she released a new album within the last few years? I don't think I've heard anything from her recently. Not that I was ever like a super fan or anything. Nice crab rock thing. Good crab rock. Crab rock can be my friend as long as it wants. Wait, is it floating? Well, I guess the camera's not gonna reset. We'll never know. No, I understand that it got cut, but you said on the same year, which is not a phrase in English. She's in Vegas, so I feel like that's the opposite of making new content. I don't know. You can have new stuff in Vegas, just not often. I so closely associate Vegas with Penn and Teller's Fool Us. I have watched so many YouTube clips of that show. That is such a ridiculously fun show to watch. Nah, not how I wanted that to go. I don't know about Katy Perry, but Taylor Swift and Carly Rae Jepsen just released new albums. Okay, great. Glad I know that, maybe. Same, bud. Yeah, it's fun. All I know is Katy Perry is coming at you like a dark horse. That was the song in question, actually. Believe it or not. I think I probably have to come here after I learn how to become a square. No, that is legit what the Wikipedia entry said. Well, come on, Wikipedia editors. Get it together. How are you going to be cited in a high schooler's paper if you can't even do proper grammar? You're welcome anytime. So we can expect a video essay on Dark Horse. No, Adam Neely already did plenty of service to that. His video is very good and left pretty much nothing out. Also, you may not know this, it is a little known fact, but Dark Horse by Katy Perry is not video game music. It was in fact released as pop music. I used Wikipedia all the time for essays. The key is to use their references so you can still get credit. Absolutely. I'm 100% a supporter of that methodology when doing research. Wikipedia is probably the easiest way to come across the information you're looking for. It's just that you have the responsibility of fact-checking it after you have found it. Watch out. Wait, it's video game music? What game? No, I said Dark Horse isn't video game music. Perry's last album was Smile in 2020. I don't think I've heard anything from it. Why are we talking so much about Katy Perry? Pop, like it was a PopCap Studios game? I can't comprehend otherwise. PopCap Studios, that sounds familiar. What have I played by them? They didn't do Cuphead, did they? Can't remember Pophead Studios. Plants vs. Zombies. So, kind of like Cuphead, except everything is different. You brought her up. I know. I didn't think it was going to be like the talk we have today. It was just a passing comment. Peggle? No idea what Peggle is. Wah. You cannot move me. I am the earth. And I have two little fairies that apparently don't interact with wind in a physical way. Oh, hello, crying tentacle hair lady. Peggle is a video game Plinko. Not 100% certain what Plinko is. This is what happens when you're a streamer? That's true. I have heard that. I've heard it said that streamers' fan bases determine the culture of the stream, not the streamer themselves. Before I fall down that hole and can't come back, maybe I should see what's over here. Whee! Oh, hello. You know what's similar to a streamer? What are you gonna say? A plastic... It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Sorry, but I have no culture. I'm getting close. I know I said we were gonna play the whole game, but you guys might be the death of me. I like how the whole screen shakes when she sits down as a square, even at this distance. You guys ready? You guys ready? We're gonna fly off the cliff like a little birdie. That's actually really funny. How she just flaps back and forth with the little tap tap. Yeah. I love this game. The music and emotions it captures are amazing. Yeah, I haven't played it in quite a while, but I remember really enjoying, especially some of the late game parts, and I'm looking forward to experiencing it again. I don't remember much. I've wanted to incorporate an end stream redeem where it cuts to input 3. Wait, like as a reference to old TVs? Funny, my sister says that about me too. I don't remember what I was saying like a minute ago. So I don't remember what... I can't remember what I was saying, so I don't know what that was in response to. As a joke. Insert character name learned how to dash dance. Watch out! It's actually kind of cool. Feel my wrath. I was about to say, what would happen if I, like, dropped the cube on that rock friend, but I don't want to drop the cube on the rock friend. That would be mean. Yes, is that reference, but people would probably use it after a raid and then... Well, yeah, not so helpful after that. About us being the death of you. Is your sister older? That sounds like an older sister thing to say. Also, you did a phenomenal job on the recent NieR video. I loved it. Thank you. I really had fun making it. It took like 6 weeks. I put like over 100 hours into it, but like it was so worth it. Even when I was working on it, I was like, I'm really glad I'm doing this. It just felt right. Thanks, Clint. How do you pronounce your name? Somni Clips? Like Somnius? Or Somni? Hey! I have no idea what I'm looking at. I have no idea what could cause that kind of phenomenon. Oh. Why don't I remember this at all? Like, at all. Very much a little brother. Weird. It's pronounced Clint. Finding your channel was it? That's too nice. I don't know how to respond to that. Thank you. I'm really glad you've enjoyed it. The next video essay should be coming out in about a week. Haven't gotten close enough to really put a date on it, but making good progress. We're in the video editing stage, which is the last part. Take the compliment, damn it. I did! I thanked them! Don't you lecture me! In my house. And yes, it's pronounced Somni. First try. It's very satisfying to just... Oh! Hi! Vessays. Do we have a cute nickname? Vessays. I do wonder what to call the videos sometimes, because nobody likes the word essay, but they are video essays. On Patreon, they're referred to as video game soundtrack deep dives, but that's too long. Not to mention, not very specific. Magnum opus? Yeah, probably. I'll just start calling them magnum opus. I wish I hadn't said that. VSDDs, I'm writing a mini essay right now. Please kill me. That's what you get for going to college, nerd. Video game TED Talk. No, that's exactly what I was trying to avoid, Clint. God damn it. Ugh, the internet has ruined us all. Oh yeah, I remember that you can break these. Hey. But apparently that's not how. Maybe you have to do it directly on them. Now I feel bad. GRIS. Double S. Grits. The bluegrass version. The bluegrass remix of GRIS. Grits. So pretty. Oh, I can't remember what to do here. But just take that for granted. Oh. Because I don't remember anything. I don't know why. But it sure is making... Like, you know, sometimes that's what you wish for, right? You wish that you were able to experience something for the first time again, but you just can't. Time doesn't flow in that direction. But it does today. When I was on Nashville, my friends ordered grits multiple times, and no one could explain what a grit was. It's made from cornmeal, isn't it? I don't think I've ever had grits. Blame Google. Still don't know what grits are. Was I not clear enough by saying, I think it's made of cornmeal? Was that not a thorough enough explanation? Are there gaps left in your knowledge and memory? Gaps left in your knowledge and imagination. I think that's why React channels are so popular. People want that feeling of seeing someone discover something for the first time like they did. Absolutely. I think that is 100% correct. It's like vicarious rebirth or something dramatic like that. But what meal do you feed to the corn? Grits. We've been over this. It's cornmeal. You feed the grits to the corn, and if people eat grits, they become corny. Gotta feed the corn poop. Honestly, experiencing NieR Replicant for the first time and encountering Devilish singing in the village is one of my most fond memories. Aw, I love that. I played Automata first, so I already knew the Song of the Ancients, and I kind of had some idea of the significance Devila and Popola had, but it was still a mostly fresh experience for me. I for the most part, played Replicant without knowing anything about what was going to happen. And I absolutely think everybody should experience it that way if they can. That is definitely a game that can be quite changed if you know your first time what's going to happen. I think it robs a lot of the gravity and commentary if you know what's going on the first time through. After NieR Automata, I had everything spoiled for me, unfortunately. So yeah, Replicant wasn't a surprise. I'm sorry to hear that, friend. Played a bit of Automata, but I didn't and still have yet to complete it. That is fair. I think that overall I like playing Automata more. I think that it's a little bit more polished of a game, but the stories and settings are so different that I can't pick which story I like better. I can't pick which soundtrack I like better either, because I think I like NieR's soundtrack better overall, but Automata has most of my favorites. Or maybe it's the other way around. Might be the other way around. Clearly, I'm very attached to these opinions. What am I supposed to do? I didn't put no backseating in the description for this stream because I have already played this game. But, like, what am I supposed to do? How do I not know what I'm supposed to do? Fleeting Words, both versions, were the winners of the NieR soundtrack for me. I have had some requests to talk about Fleeting Words, so I probably will at some point. I do have some spoilers for the games and how their endings work, but not too many specifics, which is good. Wait, have you watched my Shadow Lord video without playing through Replicant? Because that's a lot of spoilers. I left very little untouched in that essay. And I'm sorry if that ruined anything for you. I have not watched it. Okay, good. Okay, good. That would be a problem. Actually, I think you might have said that last time I streamed, but now I can't remember. I knew that. That wasn't hard. I knew that. I think there was one video that went into the credit sequence of one of the games, but I can live with that. Not one of mine. You must be referring to something else, I guess. I did stream the ending of... Oh, yeah, okay, not one of mine. I'm extremely picky about spoilers. I really, really hate spoilers. And so I'm always more thorough in terms of like warning people when there are going to be spoilers in my videos. I'm usually more open and direct about that than I probably have to be for most people, just because I know that's what I would want. Jonathan spoiled the ending of The Sixth Sense for me personally, and we've been friends ever since. Is that true? Wait, really? Is that true? Because I have no memory of that. Maybe I'm just an amnesiac. I've not played the Drakengard games. None of them. 0. I have played Drakengard 0, which does not exist, because that is how many of them I have played. Jonathan in shambles right now, usually. I wish I knew how to get this little spiky, sparkly, shiny thing. Oh wait, I bet I can figure this out. I bet I can figure this out. You told me that M. Night Shyamalan was a real person. Guess you've played Drakengard 3. I've not. I don't know if there's a joke here, but I've not. I have a major spoiler. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. I consider that kind of early game still. First stanza. I guess the whole thing is the first stanza. You just said you played 0. What are you talking about? Is 3 often referred to as 0? It is a prequel, isn't it? Oh. Well, I did not know that. Good news, I got my sparkly thing. So now I have a sparkly thing. The day is saved. Damn, guess my joke didn't land because you didn't read my previous message where I said that. Lol. Wait, there's a 0 in... Oh. I'm sorry. I thought I was doing such a good job reading all of chat as it happened, but I am merely a clown. Look, my remorse made me miss the timing on that, so that's how you know I really feel bad. I personally prefer Replicant to Automata in terms of OST, as I just resonate with the atmosphere more. Yeah, they do have very different atmospheres for sure. Sparkly water? What? I Google searched Drakengard 0 and had a chuckle. Is there a... Is the character design funny, or just because I'm a dumbass? Bad streamer, bad sent in the clowns. Is that a Sondheim reference? I'm here for it. Both. Yay, I did it. Gonna break this rock. Oops. That's okay, the slide was fun. I'm certain I've missed collectibles somewhere in this section. I feel like there are at least 2 passages that I just didn't even see. Let's go back and give them a little try. Well, it actually looks like I'll have to go up that way eventually. Yeah, I just don't have enough stuff yet. How is GRIS? Looks really cool. I enjoy it. How you doing, Crest? This is my second time playing it, but it's been years, so I remember basically nothing. I remember that later there are trees that change shape, and even later there's an eel. That's about it. Oh wait, there's also a part where you go upside down. Yeah. I'm probably gonna do the whole game tonight. It's not long. I'm probably like close to a quarter of the way through. Oh wait, no, it's only 5:43 where I am anyway. So probably less than a quarter, but getting there. Secret. Well, now I'm confused because I thought that was the way I was supposed to go. But nay. It's a really pretty minimalist game. As you can see, the watercolor aesthetic is very nice. It's a nice art style. It's not one of my favorite art styles, actually, typically, but there's something about this rendition of it that just really works beautifully. It's a good mix of surreal and quirky. Thanks, Asher. That really cuts deep. I'm gonna be thinking about that for a long time. No! He's got a crumbly top. That means I'm supposed to break him. I don't want to break the crab friend. The crabs have been nothing but good to me. but I don't know what else to do. Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm sorry about this. Oh, he's not dead. Okay. Not as bad as I thought. Where'd he go? People don't normally say that about their crabs. Shut up, dude. Thank you. See, it's okay. I nearly killed him. He got a bigger house. I got a shiny sparkle. All's fair in love and war. This is neither. Yay! Little music box sounds. Very pretty. I love clockwork and gizmos so much. Just in any setting, I'm always here for it. There was a news story I saw today about crabs. Up to you whether I should proceed or just let the topic die. Go for it. Is it one of those stories about convergent evolution? Because that's very funny to me. Whoops. It's okay. I'll wait. Take your time. Let's see. Can I climb that? Oh, apparently I'm stuck up here now. That's fine. Can I land on these? No. Okay. We can always go back to Katy Perry. You can always go back to Katy Perry. She'll take you back if you ask. I don't quite remember this part. All's fair in love and war. This is neither. Is an oddly intimidating statement. I don't know. Is it intimidating? Because it implies that there are limitations. So I guess depending on what it's in reference to, it could either be supportive or threatening, yeah. Now is simply that there's been an outbreak of armpit crabs at BYU, which leads to the obvious question of how? Armpit sex. You gotta do the thing to make the puzzle do the thing. Boom, got it. That's why you're here, Pedro. That's why they pay you the big bucks. If I remember right, I have to fall on this from pretty high up, but I don't remember how to, you know, do the high up thing. Oh, I remembered how to do the high up thing. Now I am the high up thing. Are you joking? I must be the higher up thing. I did not... Granted, I don't know very much about crabs, the disease. However, it is surprising to me that armpit crabs are a thing. But now that I think about it, it makes sense. Similar biome to Le Crotch. Yay! I have a Star Wars poster that says, "Now I have the high up thing." I have the high up thing, Anakin! It's over! I got the order of those words wrong, but you get the idea. I don't know why making the wheel turn made that go where it went, but okay. Could I ask for your top 5 or even top 3 OSTs from Replicant? Which tracks do I like? I obviously like Snow and Summer a lot. I did Shadow Lord because it was requested a lot in the comments, but I ended up liking that quite a bit as I worked on the video. I would say my favorites... I really like The Ultimate Weapon. I plan to do a video on that eventually. And I'll actually... I've done the newer soundtrack for both of the NieR videos that have come out so far. But I would do the old soundtrack for the Ultimate Weapon because I really like how the limited instrumentation is able to still create a very strong feeling of depth and atmosphere. Let's see, what else? I also really like Cold Steel Coffin. Would love to do a video on that as well. And that's the one that plays at the Airy. And also the Incomplete Stone is pretty neat, and that plays at the temple. I don't remember what, the Lost Stone Temple, something like that. Yes, Ultimate Weapon is so eerie. Also, Emilie's good boy. Yeah, I don't like Emile as much as other people do, but that doesn't mean I don't like it. I do. It's just not one of my favorites on the soundtrack. I'll probably do a video about Emile as well, because I see a lot of requests for that. By a lot, I mean like 3, but, you know, most people don't leave requests, so that's a lot. The Incomplete Stone is one of my favorites. Yeah! Yeah, you nailed it first try. Not surprising from the people who brought us soaking. What? I feel bad making requests for some reason. Don't. Please, don't. The requests are appreciated. The votes are appreciated. If there aren't a lot of requests for something, then I just throw on the poll like whatever I've been thinking about. And look, if there really are a ton of things that people are requesting and I still want to get my ideas out there, then I'll just make more poll options. It's hard to choose favorites, but I'm very strongly considering memorizing multiple paragraphs of nonsense to sing Song of Ancients in full. Yes! I've seen, well, listened to some covers of Song of the Ancients that are really haunting and beautiful. It would certainly be a good investment of time. Hello, Lily. How are you? It's been a minute. Don't look up soaking in your public, is all I'll say. You have my word, sir. I sure won't do that. Is it like the Pokemon 9th generation of Sea King? Probably not. Pogo stick girl. Whee! I like this area a lot. It is so beautiful. The mix of red and green, the contour on the grass, the gradients, the bird song. So pretty. Bruh. What? We also make a friend. That's true, I forgot about the friend. Probably won't be able to stay long, but I wanted to stop by and see what game this is. It looks beautiful. Yes, this is called GRIS. It's a pretty short game. It's about 3 hours from beginning to end. Came out in 2018. Very indie. Quite viral in its success. It's just very... It's like if a watercolor painting were a video game. Every second of this game is either a monocolor transition or screenshot worthy. Yeah. Yeah, every art asset in this game is so lovingly painted. Don't cry. I assume that's what you were doing, crying. It's hard to tell across species lines and all. How could you throw her off a cliff? Because I want to progress the game. It's not like there's fall damage. She's fine. The choir especially, as the rest of those instruments cut out, and you're just left with this feeling of sanctuary, for lack of a better way to explain it. Which track are we talking? Are we talking about this game, or are we talking about NieR? The Incomplete Stone. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is an almost religious feeling piece of music. And I do think it's really remarkable in The Incomplete Stone how the presence and absence of other instruments can transform it from sounding like an actual legit hymnal to battle music and back. It's similar to Shadowlord in that way, but I think it's even stronger in The Incomplete Stone. As promised, the trees that change shape. I like their squeaks. There's definitely a way to still continue going up over there. It's a shame that you can't hear the isolated pieces on official streaming services. I know. I made full cuts of all 5 arrangements of Shadowlord, but when I put them up, one of the viewers who often comments told me that she was familiar with a few people who have had trouble with Square Enix copyright strikes in the past, and I didn't want to take that risk, so I took 3 of them down because 3 copyright strikes kills your channel, and I figure 2 won't. They expire in 90 days. It's a risk I'm willing to take. I emailed Warner Chappell to see if I could get permission to use them, but you know, they're Warner Chappell, so they didn't give a shit. I'm sure they just have a backlog of emails. I'll probably hear from them any day now. That's sarcasm. Fun fact, Warner Chappell is also the label that claimed Adam Neely's video. The one defending their content. 7 years later. Friend? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Any day. 50 years later. I felt bad immediately after doing it, but for some reason I was just like, I must squish the boy. Why? It's a good question. Sadly, it's often awkward to post multiple variations on songs on most surfaces or they really aren't really bothered to do so. Yeah, it's very unusual when a video game track has multiple versions like Shadowlord does, it's very unusual to actually have every version of the mix on the soundtrack. Right now I'm working on a video for Scattered and Lost from Celeste, and that one, it does actually have every version of the track for Scattered and Lost on the soundtrack, and it sounds really good. It's a great arrangement. But then, of course, it's not like they have 5 different versions of the track. They just play excerpts from the 5 different versions and sew them together into one continuous piece of music. You need an apple, that's right. I wasn't paying enough attention. Sorry, guy. Let's get you another apple, Kay. we be friends now? Yes? Oh, he's so good. I mean, Replicant has so many versions. Oh, sorry. First you try to squish him, then you deny him food? Yeah, call PETA. I mean, Replicant has so many versions of its tracks, which is why it's so jarring that they wouldn't put all of them on, since it's pretty hard to forget about. Yeah, but at the same time, it makes sense to me that that's the reason why they didn't have multiple versions of the track. I mean, it's weird, though, because they do. With Yona's theme, we hear, like, 3 different versions of that, and I don't even think all of them are in the game. You get, like, the pluck version, the piano version, you get Ashes of Dreams, which is the same song. It's weird. It's inconsistent, is what it is. You want me to call it pita bread? Alright then. Pita bread sounds good right now. Pita bread and hummus? I'm down. Let's go. Do you... Okay, there we go. Can you open this for me, please? Ashes of Dreams is such an amazing song. It is. It is very sad, though. Give me a few months. That's how long it'll take me to walk to you. True. Ashes of Dreams and Replicant, though, is great for example of uses of different instrumentation to achieve different emotions. Yes. And I think there's no champion of that better than Song of the Ancients, because it is just used in so many different contexts throughout the game, and so many different instrumentations as well. I could talk for ages about that. The choice to make it the soul songs with real lyrics is genius. Yes, I was gonna say something I shouldn't. Spoilers. Don't worry about it. Anyway, how about this forest, right? Damn, I'm hungry now. Why'd you have to say pita bread? There should be a website or something that deals with multiple versions of songs that does very simple remixes. Yeah, that would be great. Kind of makes me think of TikTok, but how do I get up there? But TikTok is not the tool we're talking about. What the heck, man? Look at it. It taunts you. I'm hungry too now, actually. I'm gonna cook something after this. Sounds good. I don't know why I keep jumping off that ledge as if it's gonna do something different. No matter what game is on screen, we find our way back to NieR in the end. Yeah. Oh. I knew that. That's the thing, is the following that I have managed to get so far is all based off of the NieR videos. And obviously every NieR fan is a very dedicated fan, because NieR is freaking amazing. So it's a hard topic to exhaust, which is why I will probably make several more videos about it. I'm hoping though that the next NieR video I do will be about Automata, because I haven't been able to talk about that yet. And as you pointed out, Lily, the anime's coming out soon. Apple, he is strong boy. He's a very good boy. Okay, this game has beautiful music and I love it very much, but I also have wanted to talk about NieR music for so long. Yes! I'm completely open to any and all topics. That's not true. I'm completely open to any topic about video game music, or just music in general, and also other topics. I'm open to a lot of topics. Did I mention topics? Yeah, never feel bad on my channel for talking about stuff that matters to you. If I have a problem with it for whatever reason, I'll just be like, hey, let's not do that. So how's your love life? What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, of course I remember. I do my best to remember like everybody's names and what people say. I have a relatively good memory. Sometimes it makes people uncomfortable when I remember their names because they don't remember mine. So I've just taken to, like, when I remember somebody's name, I'll be like, "Hi, Nick, right? I'm Jonathan." And then they don't have an opportunity to feel awkward because even if they do remember my name, I just already said it again. So they have, like, plausible deniability if they did forget my name. Graphic. You said all topics are up for grabs. I did say that. Graphic design is my passion. Tell me more about that, Clint, because I know you're telling the truth. I've seen the graphics you've designed. Actually, you have designed graphics, haven't you? You've done, like, branding for Twitch. My friend Clint streams on Twitch, everybody. I don't remember the name at the end of his name, but it's Waffle Man, because he's a man of waffles. Both in terms of eating them and being them. It's complicated and gross. Oh, that's what I do sometimes too. It's fun, right? And like sometimes they'll be like, "Yeah, I know, I remember." And most of the time they will not, because people are not good at remembering names. Waffleman 30. Oh, that's right. These don't do a timing thing. These go on my jumps. Waffles are nice, especially the special shaped ones like Mickey. But lol, no, I much prefer video design and editing. Graphics are hard. Graphics are hard. I probably don't have to say this, but you guys know why all of my stream thumbnails look like they're drawn in crayon, right? It's so that I have an artistic excuse why they look like shit. I'm a teacher, so I gotta remember a bunch of names real quick. Yeah, it's funny, people always joke this will be on the test, but for you, it is. Video game music is my passion, but I have nowhere near the knowledge of music theory required to talk about it. That's what my channel's for, which is why I have so much respect for channels like yours. Thank you. Yeah, my main goal with my videos is just to give people like you a space to talk about stuff that they love but didn't like go to college for, because you shouldn't have to have a degree just to talk about something you love. And music, there is like a gatekeepery and elitism aspect to it, but I don't think that's the issue. I think it's just that music theory really is quite complicated and quite hard. But I'm hoping that by like stripping it down to its basest elements, it becomes easier for more people to join the conversation. That's all I want. Just want more people to talk about video game music with, because my family's tired of me. Mickey Waffles! Oh yeah, remembering names is a weakness of mine. For most people, it can be so awkward. Yeah, there actually is one time that somebody clearly really well remembered who I was and like remembered conversations we had, and I was just like, I could have sworn I had never seen you before in my life. And I think eventually she like figured out that that's how I felt, and I was just like, shit, I'm sorry. Usually this isn't a problem for me. If I was a teacher, I think remembering names would have been one aspect of the job I disliked the most. That's why COVID was actually great for teachers. That's sarcasm. But like the that's the one nice thing, is all of the Zoom names. You know what else is quite hard? My math degree. Yeah. I think Asher knows this. I did everything required for an associate's degree in mathematics except differential equations, because I got like a third of the way through the semester for differential equations, and I was like, I don't know what's happening anymore. And I finally felt the way that most people felt about math, which is like, why does this make sense to other people? It's nonsense. I blame the professor partly. He was not good. Mixolopian. That's the thing I learned from this channel. Well, that's not a word, so no, you didn't. Mixolydian mode is what I talked about in the Genshin Impact video. I want to make more Genshin videos, but currently my Genshin video is by far the worst performer on the channel, so it's not a priority for me, but there's a lot of that soundtrack that I want to talk about. It's gorgeous, and there's a lot of it that I haven't heard yet because I haven't played since Inazuma came out. I'm very behind. I haven't played half the game. Oh, hey, I still need to take that. Well, I hope you don't have the professor that I had, which would be a very bizarre, impossible coincidence. It is now. Wait, is that how I'm supposed to be pronouncing Genshin? I assume. I'm not... I don't know for sure, because I don't know anything about Chinese, but I feel like the title is emulating Japanese sounds anyway. And in Japanese, it would definitely be Genshin. Math is the worst, yet I couldn't even escape it in music. No, you cannot! Looking at you, 12-tone and advanced theory. I think tempered, 12-tone tempered scale is just so cool. Like the invention of how the tempered spacing of the notes makes it possible to play in any key a little out of pitch instead of only one or two keys completely in pitch. I don't think that's the official pronunciation. Well, then it's probably not. I claim to know nothing. I have always called it Genshin, but that may be completely incorrect. I've always heard the shin part pronounced like the body part. At least for the English title, I've only heard it called Genshin. 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 I don't know. It's never said in game, I don't think. I know that they're really specific about getting the pronunciations consistent in game. Like everybody had to really learn how to say Liyue, because it's so tempting as an English native to say Liyue, but that is an English word, not the name of the second continent. But beyond that, my knowledge is very shallow. I feel like I've kind of gone everywhere around here, but I'm only half paying attention, so this might be longer than a 3-hour stream. Actually, I think the proper pronunciation is get off Genshin, you weeb. Seems hateful. At least that's how my friends pronounce it. One thing that is really odd about Ashes of Dreams is the difference in duration between the different languages. I haven't noticed that. I'm more familiar with a different track that does something similar to Ashes of Dreams. You'll have to tell me more about that. Is it more often in like gibberish than English, or what's the dealio there? Also, I don't know if it's... I wonder if it's sung in other languages that the game is dubbed in as well. I haven't looked into that. I think Liyue's pronunciation is pronounced correctly and incorrectly in game. Yeah, honestly, I think you're right. I think I remember hearing it one or two times and being like, that's different. But I know that overall it was a relatively high priority of the vocal director to make sure that everybody was saying the names authentically. Oh yeah, in New, it's the full lyrics. In Novu, there's that beautiful string intro that takes out a verse. I don't think I know what New and Novu are, unless those are like fancy ways to talk about the updated and original versions. When a piece of music is both minor and major key, Myotismon mode. Got it. Yeah. Yep. Definitely did not pronounce Beidou like they do in the game for a while. What did you say? Like Beidou? Bidoof? They're the different versions of Ashes and Dreams. Well, that makes sense, now that you say it like that. Why can't I figure out how to do this? I clearly have done this before because I have beaten this game. Beidou. It's kind of cute. It's like Winnie the Pooh. I like... Oh. Come on, Jonathan, get with the program. You even saw your friend go in here. Oh, I forgot about these weird tower pottery people. You're kind of cute. I mean, what? Ew. What? I hate that I did that. When I was in travel, I started pronouncing... I remember you told me that, actually. I don't know how to pronounce the Hawaiian. Is that an island? It must be, right? It's not a city, right? It's an island? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Hi! A sparkle just for me? That was exactly what I was talking about. In fact, the French, English, Japanese, and German versions all have different durations, and the lyrics are found at different points, I believe. Oh, fascinating. I wonder if that has something to do with budget of the various vocal departments and, like, who was available for the tracks. Because, like, sometimes I'll play games that have full voicing in Japanese, but only partial voicing in English, just because there wasn't enough time or budget or whatever for the re-release. I just encountered the Jean story quest, and it must have been a very early recording session for Paimon because she sounded quite different. Really? Lehui! Lehui. Lehui. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. I hate that Dragalia does that. Like the lack of budget for... The lack of budget for the re-recordings. Hold A, what do you mean hold... Oh, after I've jumped. Pronounced lithium? Sure. Sure. It's been years since I did the Jean story quest, but I remember it being very cute. The English version in the is the second longest and has lyrics the whole way through. That makes sense. I feel like English localizations are always prioritized above all others. And I get it because, like, the English-speaking audience is very wide, and people in many countries at least understand English if they don't personally speak it. But still, it feels messed up. It feels messed up that there's such low priority on most other major languages. Full voice acting for Japanese. The only voices for English are battle voices. That's annoying. At that point, they might as well just record the whole thing in Japanese and leave it that way. Like, why even make an English recording and hire an English cast at that point? I did Yunjin's I don't know how to pronounce Yunjin authentically. Hangout quest today. Theater kid. I don't know who Yunjin is. I did. Once Upon a December, whatever that song is. Is Yunjin? No, I don't know who Yunjin is. They do that for most mobile gachas in my experience, if there even is an English voices option. I don't think I've ever played a mobile gacha with an English voices option. What's really interesting to me, though, and I can't comment on why this is because I don't know, but I do find it very strange. Nearly all of the time, if a game is made entirely in China or Korea, it will still come to America with a Japanese dub and not an English one. And that's very confusing to me. I have some guesses why, but they're not kind guesses, so I'll keep them to myself until I know more. She's the opera singer in Oahu, Hawaii. Cool. I don't know if I ever met her. I don't remember an opera singer. God damn it. Leo. Yeah, I understand the he's goofing. It took me a minute, but yeah, I got there, Liyue. But yeah, I don't. I'm sure. Oh wait. She has black hair, right? And like the bonbons. Is that her? Because I remember when that character came out, I thought she was very cute. Ayy. Got there. Took a minute, but we got there. Bonbon. Explaining jokes is very funny. For example, I am currently using sarcasm. Good to know, Logic, thank you. I'm learning more each day. Sorry I didn't get the joke right off the bat. Ah. Secret. Now what? Now what? Oh god, I'm trapped. I'm never getting out of here. This is the end. Oh. Didn't see the butterflies there. The German version of Ashes of Dreams has a more string-focused intro, and also has lyrics all the way through. Interesting. So there's even differences in instrumentation between the different language versions. That's fascinating. I wonder whose decisions those were. Was that all Keiichi Okabe and Monica, or were they like localizers' decisions? Fascinating. Oh, I jumped too early. This is so pretty. I love this ambiance. Yeah, that's the thing. Weirdly enough, there are no French horns in the French dubs. Shut the fuck up. So, since there's an Automata anime coming out, what do you think they're gonna do for the music? I've been wondering that too. I'm sure there's probably some articles about it online, but I haven't looked at any. I expect that they'll probably repurpose much of the game soundtrack, if for no other reason than to save money, because I'm certain that's what many fans want, is to hear the original soundtrack in the anime. But I also expect that they will probably write a few original tracks. I hope they do. I'd love to have more to talk about. Yep, that's what I was talking about earlier about the different instrumentations for Ashes of Dreams. I misunderstood. I thought you were talking about the different versions within the English version of the soundtrack. I don't remember the differences of each version, but the Japanese and French versions have instrumental introductions, whereas the English and German have lyrics the whole way through. Huh. Huh. I've only listened to the soundtracks in English. It never really occurred to me to seek the others out, since 90% of it is chaos language. Spooky strings. Oh, are you stuck, butterflies? There we go. It's really... It really adds to the surreal atmosphere of this game that I know that I have seen this all before, and it wasn't long ago, and I remember none of it. Actually, none of it. I barely even remember the butterflies being used for jumps. It's possible they may do some rearrangements as well for the anime. Yeah, probably. And with Automata becoming an anime, do you think it's possible for Replicant to eventually be animated too? I think that's less likely personally. So pretty. Oh, so pretty. I think that... Oh, pretty but mean. I think Replicant is much more niche than Automata is. Automata ended up being a lot of people's first NieR game, and NieR was not successful when it first came out in 2010, like at all. It had a very dedicated cult following, but that was it. And Automata was like a huge success. Everybody knows Automata. So I think that there's much more commercial safety in making an Automata anime. But who knows? If the anime does ridiculously well and draws even more new audience members, then yeah, I don't see why not. Okay, English has full orchestra. The German has only woodwinds. The French has strings, and Japanese has piano and strings. How weird. I could be wrong about the Japanese one since I'm not as familiar with it. There is a difference of a whopping 42 seconds between the longest and shortest version. What the heck is going on? Wait, what anime? I'm looking this up. Whoa! NieR Automata is going to become an anime in January, I believe. I haven't looked up very much about it. I assume it's going to follow the game storyline pretty closely. But I don't know. That bird was not as friendly as I was hoping that bird would be. I wanted to be friends, like with the little blocky guy who likes apples. But nay. If we must fight, then so be it. Oh, thanks for the lift, friend. Oh, I don't like that. Wait. No, I wanted to see if there's a secret thing. There isn't. Okay, glad we established that. You don't know, maybe this is just the bird's way of playing. It's true. It's true. I've spent a lot of time around birds, and none of them have played like this, but none of them have been this big either, so who am I to judge? Technically, our bird friend is a dinosaur, and they were not really known for playing nice, so there's weight to what you're saying. Playing with their food, that is he. I don't like you. That was mean. I like you. I wonder if you can actually... I don't know if you can die in this game. I can't remember, as with anything, if I ever did in my last playthrough. What's the most time you've... I can't read and do this at the same time. What's the most time you've spent with a bird in one sitting? Years, because my family used to own them. We had finches. So, depends what you mean by one sitting, because, like, they were in the living room. So... German version is very string heavy. I'm not sure which version you're talking about. That is only woodwinds. Maybe we're listening to different versions. That's all you guys. I've got no idea. I've only heard... Maybe I've heard the Japanese one, but I know I've heard the English one. You also had finches? What kinds? We had cordon blues and house finches and others that I can't remember the names of anymore. But I remember the Cordon Bleus because they were blue. Oh, that's why they were called Cordon Bleus. That's a joke. I already knew that. Somni, how about I say the title on the OST? Nördhike is the woodwind one. I don't know how to read German, so I apologize if that was stupid. Oh, I know what I have to do. I have to be a little block. I need to be a little blocky girl. I knew Ashes of Dreams had an English and Novu version, but the German version is news to me. Yeah, I'm glad that they do have that track in so many versions. I think it hits so much harder if suddenly, after an entire game of not understanding the lyrics, they're suddenly perfectly intelligible to the player. I think that's really important. So I'm glad that it was recorded in so many languages. I guess the bird lost interest now that I'm in completely open skies. Seems like a bird thing to do. Oh, now I remember. Novu is the string one, but to me that one sounded French. I don't speak any of those languages, so feel free to correct me. I will correct you, not because I know how to speak the language, but because I'm feeling contrarian. I think we're getting close to the water area. I'm having a hard time keeping all the fragmented memories straight. All that I really have left of my first playthrough is Ashes of Dreams. Ah! I said this was going to be a chill stream, but now we're fighting for our lives, and the air is filled with screeches and butterflies and red... finger snaps. I think Novu versions of NieR songs are heavily based on French, but is still chaos language. Emmy Evans crafted, not certain though. It's all conjecture to me. Novu is French for new, and yes, it is the French version. I found the version you're talking about, but it's not on official streaming services anywhere, which explains the difference. God, why is this track such a varied mystery? And why isn't anybody talking about it? We want answers. Ow. Where do I go? You're being very rude. Jonathan, you bring us nerds all together to talk about the important issues like this. That's right. That is my entire purpose in life, is just to help people platonic speed date. I wasn't paying close enough attention. I don't know what I did that worked. Version Pedro's talking about is a beautiful edition, which is why it's so jarring that it's just nowhere to be found. Aside from YouTube. Part of it might be Warner Chappell. They're weird. Delayed reply, powers activate. I think they were zebra finches. We had zebra finches. Now I remember. You had to say it for me to remember. Yeah. We had zebra finches. One became a widower, and then when we eventually got another female zebra finch, he immediately, aggressively started trying to have sex with her, and she was like, "What the? Get away from me." Oh, butterflies. Stop paying attention for 2 seconds and I hear something about speed dating. Oh, speed dating, what did I miss? Oh, just that we're all nerds, and I did say platonic. We're just it's just a meet and greet for music nerds. Honestly, this is getting even weirder. That like Spotify and Apple Music don't have the same versions of the same soundtrack. Did we stumble on a minor conspiracy? Oh, the bird doesn't like the bell. Sure. Makes sense to me. That would be very bad if I didn't have those, since I don't want to go back down and don't know if I even can. The only thing I can think of is that maybe each localization team was in charge of their own recording for that track. I can't imagine why else there would be such dramatic differences between all of them. Actually, no, that's not true. There's another version of this where I can imagine Yoko Taro and Keiichi Okabe being like, hey, what if to get the full experience, the whole world has to come together? That sounds like them. The bird is just like Chernobog from Fantasia Night on Bald Mountain. Yeah, I buy it. Wow, this is pretty. Wow, this is pretty. Well, that was positively an audiovisual feast. Where were we? But what if it was both a minor and major conspiracy? Jonathan, when is the Discord coming? I'm thinking about it. I don't have any plans in mind yet, because I have no mods, and the concept of finding mods scares me. But I do think it would be very fun to have a Discord at some point. I think we will get to that point, yes. That's right, a Mastodon mode conspiracy. Clint. This game is so beautiful. It is. The dramatic differences in Ashes of Dreams could represent the different characters, too. I guess, yeah. I don't know why that would be tied to the languages and countries, though. Also, it is Yona's theme, essentially. So I'm not sure I agree with that. Ah, yes. I remember when they first invented invisible trees. I was just a boy. I'm not why there are so... I know you're not why there are so many versions, Pedro. No one's blaming you for that. I'm ribbing you. But I think it's just neat to listen to. Yeah. The more the merrier. That's what I say. Probably my favorite track in both soundtracks is Alien Manifestation. And I was incredibly fortunate in that I was able to see the soundtrack in concert, the two soundtracks in concert, a couple of years ago. But they had new arrangements for most of what they played, and I didn't like the arrangement for Alien Manifestation at all. It's not that it was bad, it was well written, but it emphasized the parts of the track that were less interesting to me and completely omitted the parts that I loved the most. So it was just very disappointing to be so close and so far. Play many notes on a violin but can't type. That's a mood. I think the differences between the versions is fascinating and each one unique, for sure. One day I'll learn that it's not great to try to platform and read chat at the same time, but that's not today. Today I've been very consistent in not learning that lesson. I wonder what happened to that one guy at the very beginning of stream who, like, pointed out my technical difficulties and then just dipped. Maybe he's still here. But I wouldn't blame him if he left. That was pretty cringe. Alien Manifestation is such a masterpiece with more narrative weight than one would initially guess. Great piece of music. Yes! I remember the first time the vocals came in, because I played Automata first, so that was the first time I heard vocals at all in a NieR soundtrack. And because they don't come in until like pretty after the track's been playing for probably 10, maybe even 15 minutes, it blew me away. I didn't even know what I was hearing at first. I will remember that forever. Well, I've remembered it for 5 years, so I will remember it for at least another year. I just wish official streaming platforms would have all the versions and label them accurately, right? Seems like it's not a complicated ask. Self-awareness is the first step to enlightenment, Mr. Jonathan. Thanks. Cool. Oh, wait, no, you were talking about yourself, I think. Wait. I hate the lag in chat sometimes. It's only a few seconds, but sometimes the topic changes 3 times in that much time. I absorbed him like an egomaniacal twin in the womb. Yes, I'm sure that absorbed twins are just the victims of incredibly narcissistic siblings. That makes sense. The fetus that would rule the world. Well, I remembered right about the water section being next, at least. And that, dear friends, is the theme of NieR Automata. Is it? Because I feel like it's really not. But we can have a discussion about this if you'd like. Water is blue, just like the level. Yeah, I really like the way that the game slowly adds more colors to the palette as you unlock them. I think it's great. Okay, as fascinated as I am about Ashes of Dreams, I will leave this mystery for another day. I have plenty of other tracks I need to discuss. Let's go! Bring it, Sami. I thought the theme of Automata was robots are cool. Yeah, that's the long and short of it, bud. You hit the nail right on the head. It's definitely that robots are cool. Well, the name of the game is GRIS. I have no context for that. I thought it was just sounds. Is the word GRIS related to color in some way? What would you consider the theme of Automata, Jonathan? I don't want to talk about it too much because I know that there are people in here who have not played it. And as anybody who's played a Hyoko Taro game knows, the theme is often not apparent in even the first entire playthrough. But I would say that one of the more readily apparent themes in the game is that a large portion of humanity is just copying what we think it should be. Oh, gris is the French word for gray, is pronounced gris. I'm a moron. I'm an uncultured swine. No, I'm just kidding. But that makes sense, because the game's never gray, but you do start with essentially no colors, and you unlock red pretty immediately, but I like that. I like that. I like that. It also implies, since the game is named after the starting state of the world and not what you're doing to it, it kind of implies that that the character is almost like a force of nature defying destiny, which is kind of cool subtext. I meant in terms of music. My bad. Like, what song is the theme in your mind? Oh. That's a good question. I guess the track that I most associate with Automata is City Ruins. Weight of the World is a pretty compelling answer as well, but for me, I think it's City Ruins. Especially because in the track War and War, there is a really subtle reference to it late in the track that is just gorgeous. And the first time I heard it, it like almost brought me to tears, just because it's all on like violins, and it's subtle, and it's in this new unfamiliar meter, and just it's like seeing a friendly face in a strange area. It's lovely. Do I break this? No. What to do? Since there aren't many abilities in this game, it can be very confusing to figure out what's supposed to be happening. Yes, I love that reference to City Ruins. I've never played any of the NieR games. I'll tell you definitively all about the theme. Please do, Clint. Wait, what's that? A giant hook dragging me off stage? Well, peace, y'all. I'll see you next time. Aw, I wanted to hear your dissertation. I legitimately call War and War the third iteration of the City Ruins theme. Hey! Sounds like you've both already made the discovery. Love it. Bye, Clint. Have fun with that hook. I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now, guys. Which, again, is quite silly, because I've beaten this game. Bye, Pedro. Bye, all. Clint, don't go. I'm starting to think you might be playing hooky. Look what you've made me do, you guys. Pedro, Clint, I blame both of you. What if I go down? Well, that's not an option. As everybody knows, squares are not waterproof. Squares are the one shape that cannot exist in water. It's a fact. Bye, Clint. See you next time. Something tells me this girl has a serious case of the blues. Yeah, it's pretty blue. It's pretty blue in here. It's getting pretty blue. Fun friends. Fun squeaky friends. Make squeak sound. Emile Despair is a very good rendition of the Emile theme. Agreed. I love the use of motifs in NieR. I think motifs is the right word. It is, yes. Yeah, NieR is great about using motifs in unexpected places. I've always been a fan of motifs showing up in unexpected places. There's a concept album in 2 parts by a band called Stone Sour. I haven't listened to it because I get really stressed out by metal. I find it really distressing to listen to, but my sister's a big fan of it. And there's this two albums by a band called Stone Sour, where the end of the second album becomes a segue into the first song of the first album, and what the hell, man. To experience that unexpected for the first time, just suddenly hearing a memorable track from a different album, that's nuts. Emile Despair also has a wonderful violin part I want to play. Have you found sheet music for it? You could also transcribe it, I guess. Oh, I forgot about this mechanic. That's cool. Transcribing for just one voice usually isn't that hard. Unless it's like the bass line. No, not even the bass line. If it's like a hidden middle timbre counter melody, then it's going to be pretty rough. Pretty. Nope, but I'm lazy when it comes to transcribing things for myself, so that's why I haven't done it yet. So the clarification there, you mean you transcribe for other people, no problem, but when it's you, you're just like, no, it's not gonna happen. What if a student asked you to write the violin part for Emile Despair for you? For them. For you. What'd you do then? More pretty. Well, damn. Gotta play yeah, playing the kids card. So would you leave your students neglected? And I shove a mic in your face and a TV camera. Could you repeat what you just said for me? That you hate children? I was going to discuss Song of the Ancients, but I think the spoilers would be too many. You know, why don't we do a roll call? Hey, check 1 2 3. Who doesn't want to hear spoilers for NieR Replicant specifically? Speak now or forever hold your spoilers, because they're coming. Yeah, I do things for my kids. I guess like I like them most of the time. I have very little experience with kids of any age. It's like as I've grown up, I've lost the ability to talk to significantly younger people as I've gone. If I ever became a father, like my children would grow up like without a father. Like I'd be there physically, but I just would be like, "Hi, I don't know what to say to you. Go find your mom." I'm joking, of course. I would never let myself become a father if that's how it was going to turn out. But the point remains, I don't know how to talk to kids. I know you're good, Lily. Alright, I'll give it another minute. If nobody has objected to spoilers by 55 in whatever time zone it is for you, here they come. Yay! Yeah, just barely made it. I've already played the game, but I can pretend to be surprised when you spoil. Just fake outrage. Oh no! How could you? The return of the flash dance dash dance. I hope this is crystal and not ice, because that would be cold. Especially this far down. Alright, it's... Oh! I totally forgot about this mechanic. Totally forgot. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Somni, let's talk about Song of the Ancients. Let's do it. Wish I could remember what this does. Just remember to put the spoiler warning in the description for the stream after it's over too. Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you. I'll actually, I can do that right now, I think. Ba, ba, ba. It's just gonna take a second. There we go. There we go. Back to GRIS. Oh, it's hot in my room. I could probably do something about that, but I'm not gonna. Because that would require getting up. Why can't I remember what that does? Clearly it's some kind of jump extension, because I need one. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Hmm. So we free to spoil away? Yes, please do. Say all the most horrendous things you would like about NieR Replicant. Specifically, we have not done a spoiler check for Automata. But I don't think... I think we can talk freely about Song of the Ancients without... without spoiling Automata. Alright, so first off, the track is the first one you hear as you begin the actual game. Oh, that's true. Wait. Yes, you're right. Man, I can't believe Yona was the Shadow Lord all along. That would honestly be a really disappointing twist if it's like, oh yeah, no, I wasn't kidnapped. I just wanted to get the hell away from you. Like, you're really clingy for a brother. It's almost weird, you understand? They are almost concerningly close. I'm not the only one who thinks that, right? Not quite concerning, but flirting, so to speak, with concerning. Though Yoko Taro does have a thing for including incest siblings in his games. Does he really? Well, that answers my question. That was the biggest twist of the whole series. I never would have expected it. The tragedy of Yona's betrayal. Bing bong. New ability, probably. Yes. Yes. I am now a manta ray. Look at me, majestic. Hooray. The fact that you hear it every time you go to the village, and it's the first one you hear as you begin your journey as the replicant, really helps to build this sort of familiarity with it. Absolutely. I agree. It's also, you hear Popola's version, which doesn't have the melody, really, but it's still recognizable as the same track. And so you hear it whenever you're in the safe area, learning where the plot is going to go next and what your next mission is going to be. Oh, yeah, you just said that. Also, anytime you report back to Popola, you hear the version of it in the library. Sorry, that may have been spoilery for the Drakengard games. It's fine. Drakengard games are old. It's going to be, if I do play them at some point, it's going to be probably, from what I've heard, a bit challenging to get through. Because I know that Yoko Taro has definitely learned as a game director as he's gone. Actually, Taro hates the trope and only uses it in Drakengard to show how off-putting it really is. Interesting. Oh no, you monsters. I always preferred Devola's version because it was more folksy. Yeah, Devola's version has more of... that's a big fish in the background. Devola's version has... It feels more like a song. Popola's version is more of a track. And I mean, a track can be a song, but, you know, it's closer to being part of the score. Ultimately, it helps represent the bond between the twins and replicant. And that's why it's so hard hitting during the betrayal. Yeah. Yeah, when it plays in the battle, it really guts me. Not to mention Popola's voice acting. My God, to hear her so like calm and collected the entire game. And then hear her the way she delivers that so beautifully and so agonizingly. I'm not entirely certain why this part of the game doesn't bother me very much. Because I do have fear of large bodies underwater. But for some reason, it certainly helps that it's 2D. For whatever reason, this game doesn't bother me much at all. No one stops. The whole no one stops part. Ugh. You think you have the luxury to stop? I think we may have scared Clint off. I can't remember how much spoilers bother him. Speaking of that scene, the choice to use Devola's version of the Song of the Ancients after her passing is so good. I completely agree. 100%. When you fight Popola, it's not her theme playing, it's her sister's. What the fuck? So messed up. So sad. What do I do? That's the question on everybody's mind. What do you think of using the Song of Ancients when fighting Grimoire Noir? I don't remember that. Does that happen in the laboratory where you meet Emil? Because it certainly doesn't happen at the end of the game. Oh, in the village before the time skip, that's right. Yeah, I'm not sure. I do remember that now that you mention it. I don't think... I could be wrong about this. I'm absolutely willing to be. But I don't think that every time a track plays in NieR, it has relative significance. Because, like, Emil's theme plays when the King of Facade dies. Emil's not anywhere near that scene. I think Emil's theme also plays when Kaine is struggling in endings C and D. And that doesn't make sense to me. It really cements the tone shift, and it makes it feel less like a boss fight and more like a tragedy. Yeah, especially because it's not hard. Like, fighting Popola, it's flashy because she's sending magic out in every direction, but it's not hard. Perhaps it was foreshadowing of what has to come later. Maybe. That's true, because in the end, Popola and Devila were working toward the same goal as Grimoire Noir. True, Kaine's theme is also used several times. Yeah. Emil's theme is just everywhere. It is. It's in so much of the game. It lost all meaning after a point. Absolutely still a gorgeous piece, but it did start to feel like it was just used when the game needed to be sad now. She's probably the easiest boss fight, to be honest. Yeah, I think so. Especially if you use any items. I don't remember if I have. Hey, where do I go? At least it's all pretty. Really pretty. She's probably the... Oh, wait, I already read that. Yeah. Easiest boss. Oh. Butterflies, maybe. Butterflies? Yay! Ooh. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. There we go. I'm gonna need to find more butterflies, though. Oh, that works. I was way over leveled when I got there, so that didn't help her at all. Truth. It's easy to get over leveled in Replicant just because there are so many side quests, and the game's pretty linear, so it doesn't really account for... Like, it definitely wants it to be an option for the player to not side quest very much. And I mean, one of the really interesting things about the NieR games, it took me a long time to realize this, but every boss has significant armor that doesn't go away until all plot dialogue has finished playing. So honestly, if you just want to start a boss fight by running around and avoiding damage, that's completely valid. It's a clear design choice that to me suggests that the boss fights are more spectacle than skill challenge in NieR. I also played this game a few years back, so I have no clue what to do. Well, at least we're in the same boat. which is good because there is water. And boats are good when there's water. Fun fact, life story. Yeah, they do also, you can't damage them beyond a certain point, I believe. I've never been over-leveled enough to reach a hard lock on the damage, but I always wondered if that was the case. Dang it. I've never, like, done all the side quests in either NieR game. I've tried to, but either, like, I get stuck or I get bored. I'll do it one of these days. I decide I'm going to 100% a game far more often than I actually 100% games. But I have 100%ed a few. I 100%ed Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13-3, which is kind of funny because 1 and 2 have much harder achievements. Like, much harder. You know, the kind of JRPG standard stuff where you have to, like, own every item kind of thing, fill the whole bestiary. It just wasn't as hard for Lightning Returns for whatever reason. What am I supposed to do about this? I don't know how to get up there. I don't know how to go deeper. What's the story? Oh. Well, that was not very well conveyed. Which I get as the point. Don't know if I'm a fan of it as a game design decision. Don't know. Don't know if I am. Still have no idea how I'm going to get up there. So I probably just won't. Have you tried asking for directions? Hey, fish. Hey, fish. Which way to the... up there? How do I up there, fish? Why am I asking you? You've never been above water. Or have you? I don't know what to do about this specifically. I know that I can keep going down, which... Oh, wait. I see there's a water line up there. I'm going to have to fall onto it from above somehow. Maybe I'll figure out how to do that. It's a mystery. For now, let's see where this goes. I went the wrong way. I can't remember how Song of the Ancients is used in Automata very well, because it's not nearly as plot relevant, and it's not nearly as plot relevant, and I also hadn't played Replicant yet, so I didn't have an emotional connection with it. I didn't know it was an important track until I saw it in concert, because it was very prominently highlighted there. Song of the Ancients is certainly the theme of Replicant. That's an easy choice. I've already been here. What am I doing? I feel like I didn't use those... Oh, I didn't use those butterflies to proper effect. I'm gonna have to go all the way around again, aren't I? Oh no, they stayed open. Good. In Automata, it's used roughly 3 times near the start of the game and twice during Route C. Well, now I know. I'll look for it next. Ah, damn it. I'll look harder for it next time I play through Automata. Most of the time in Automata, it was just the instrumental used in a few parts. For instance, that iconic Romeo and Juliet play. God, I loved that. What an amazing scene that was. The only time it was used in full was outside the tower. Interesting. Wait, if I can't take the butterflies further, then what am I doing wrong? Because there's something, I'll tell you that much. Oh yeah, it was just used for Romeo and Juliet. An important part of machine culture. Pisseth off. There was something like, I'll tear thee in half. My favorite quote from all of Route A, though, is, I'm going to die and become a god. It's very creepy because they don't really understand life or death. So what's even happening in those scenes? And why can't I figure... I feel like... Oh. I was gonna say, I feel like this is not as hard as I'm making it, and immediately discovered that to be exactly the case. I just need to go this way, and everything will be just fine. Everything's alright now, everything's fine. Become as Gods, also another cool musical moment, blending with the game moment. Yeah, because it has the... it's essentially the same track as This Cannot Continue. I got the secret! I did it! Okay, now I need one more sparkly thing, if I'm not mistaken. Which I, of course, never am. Hey, I found you. Come here, little guy. Don't bite. I'm just gonna make you into a constellation. Doesn't that sound poetic and oh. Listen. You're coming with me whether you like it or not. Ooh, you become a jellyfish when you're out of the water. It's kind of cute. This time I've got him for sure. And by this time I mean like within the next 5 tries. Just kidding, that was a joke. I meant this time. Hello! What a good little bean. I'm gonna follow you. Oh, it's spooky down here. I don't want to get too far ahead. I don't know what this accent is that I've started using within the last few minutes. What a lovely turtle. Yes, agreed. Thank you for lighting the way on my long, arduous journey. Well, if there's anything up there, I'm too chicken to find it. And there probably isn't, so let's go. If I land on sea level, I'm going to be very confused. Nope, looks like we're still underground. Probably. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm taking off. Thanks for a fun time. Best wishes, and God bless you all. See you next time. Good night. Thanks for coming, Lily. Enjoyed talking with you, as always. This is probably the most detailed NieR convo we've actually had. Usually I just talk to myself. This is fun. Anyone else oddly scared of dark areas in game? Depends on the game. I'm definitely more afraid of the dark in movies and games than in real life, because in games and movies the dark is there for a reason. In life it's usually just dark. Like, I guess I'm afraid of, like, pitch dark? Not even. I'm not really afraid of the dark in real life at all. But I'm so used to narrative tropes involving the dark, and I hate being startled so much that I've just come to fear the dark in fiction. This way, maybe? No, this is the way I came. Well, you say that, but Orando could be hiding in my dark shower in real life. Technically true. Technically. Have you ever turned the lights on in, like, a quiet building, and they're all fluorescent, and they, like, blink on one at a time, and it sounds like pizzicato violins in a horror soundtrack? Oh! Because I have. And it's not fun. Not when you're alone. Ooh, do we get another color now? I think we get yellow now. I've never had a statue open her eyes at me before. Not fun at all. Let me turn this up. This is good. Nice. Turn it back down. It's eel time, baby. So gorgeous, isn't it? Visually and in the music. Ooh. Leave me alone! Hey. Literally, what did I do to you? Is he playing nice? Is he just playing nice now, Pedro? Is he just playing now? I will say I've really appreciated the level of discussion we've had today. Me too, regarding NieR. Very fruitful conversation. I pretty much already had a lot of the same opinions as you, so I don't feel like I was able to add very much, but I certainly, it was very cool to hear what you had to say. I definitely agree with it all. And it sounds like you guys are more familiar with Ashes of Dreams than I am. I even found a new rendition of Ashes and Dreams. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, of course. I'm lying. Let's turn all the lights on. Speaking of jump scares, I remember there is one in this game. It's pretty abrupt and minor, but I figured I'd mention it. It's not too far up ahead. See, it's just like a game of tag, except you really don't want to be it. That's right. I never want to be it, because I can't run very fast. Which also makes it not very fun for me not to be it. I just don't like tag. Pretty. This part sounds a little bit like the title screen for NieR Automata. Actually, there it is. Shit. I don't even mind it though because it's so well done with the music that even though I hate being startled, it's so good. Like, this is probably the most beautiful part of the game musically. Certainly the most intense. No! Like, are you kidding me? Absolutely gorgeous. It would be fun to do a video about this part. Even though I would have to record the jump scare again. Thanks again, Turtle. You saved my bacon back there. And I don't have much bacon to spare. Just wants a nibble. Just a little taste. A smackerel. A smackerel of human. Right? It all blends so well and goes through varying emotional intensities. Just, the moment, it's already so beautiful. And then when the turtle breaks through at the last moment, in time with the crescendo and swell, that's nuts. I always love dynamic soundtracks that will get more intense as more enemies show up kind of thing, but I love even more fully scripted moments in soundtracks like that, because you can time really massive phrase changes in the music with plot events directly. And obviously that only works in extremely linear railroaded sections, so you can't do it very often or it's a bad game. But when it works, oh, mwah. That was the grossest chef's kiss in history. Mwah. Wow, Luigi. Eh. You made it sound very wet. That was not my goal at all. A tasty meatball. I feel like I probably left some secrets behind in that room, but I'm tired. Hmm. 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 I'm half Minecraft villager on my father's side. Hmm. 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 I see. I see. I remember this part taking a while, but I think it's the finale. Such a contrast from the moment before. Oh, it. Whoa. Okay, bye. What is happening? I don't remember this at all. Oh! I gotcha. I see what we're doing here. Do you try to squash all your new companions? Hey, look, man. That's the solution to many problems in video games, especially 2D ones. This part reminds me of like the decor at a tropical resort. Gold butterflies. You light up my life. Squashing my companion worked out well that one time, remember, with the rock crab? My anecdotal evidence puts me in the right. Ah. That is true. I am sorry, I was completely wrong. That's okay. We all make mistakes. Like, for example, me squashing 4 or 5 things that did not need to be squashed. Squash away. It's a very educational research method. Yeah. Oh. Pretty. It's like my reaction to everything in this game, just, ooh. Fascinating. Let's see, can I make that? No, not even close. Let's go somewhere else. Wish you. Wish out. Oh! Thought that would be traversable. Tisn't. Success. Boing. Boing. How frequently do you stream, by the way? I've been streaming about every Sunday. I've missed a few weeks here and there, but I've been more regular lately. I just do it once a week for now. I like connecting with everybody. I really like meeting all of you. But I just do not have the time to stream more than that. Not if I'm also going to like support myself and make these video essays. But I enjoy hanging when I can. It's always a nice chill experience. Like one of the perks of being small, one of the few, is that I really do get to know everybody. I get to talk with people and remember conversations. You don't get that in streams where there's 100 people talking at once. I messed that up pretty bad. Oh, well, it's nice chatting with you too. Also, yeah, totally get the whole need a job and money thing. Weird, right? Late stage capitalism is my favorite economy to live in. But we out here, we're trying. And I'm really, really blown away by how quickly the channel's been growing. It's not like meteoric or anything, but I've been like looking around, and it usually takes people over a year to get as far as I have, which is nuts to me. Truly nuts. I feel like I say that a lot about a lot of things, but I have trouble comprehending that. What is the point of being here? I did all that, and for what? Twice now. What am I missing? What am I missing? Is that a good face? Should I make that all the time? Oh, I should probably jump in those butterflies. Since I can't do it from down here, that's probably the way to go. Oh, that's right, I can't. What if... No? This is a tricky one. Oh, and if you've ever wondered how much a YouTuber makes from ad revenue, I have learned basically nothing. It definitely varies from person to person because it's not like a fixed rate or anything like that. But it tends to be a couple dollars per 1,000 views. And that's views without ad blocker. So, you know, you gotta be you gotta be pulling some pretty heavy traffic for that to mean anything. But it could be worse, I feel, you know? You could be paid per tens of thousands instead of thousands. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do. Which, again, embarrassing. I've beaten this game. Oh! Got it. I hadn't quite put together that becoming the square scares it off. I thought it had something to do with how I'd been moving around it. But no, it's the square. Square. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, your brain remembers things. Look at that. Wild. I remember somewhere around here we're gonna start doing stuff upside down, which is kinda neat. I don't know what it is about this part that's so peaceful. There are other quiet parts to the game. Maybe it's the juxtaposition of having gone through the underwater caves just before, but it's just this lasting peace. There we go. We're upside down now. Is this Stranger Things? By the way, which version of Song of the Ancient's Fate is your fave? Original or replicant? You know, I'd have to listen to them back to back to answer that. I've listened to the remake more, just by nature of having played through the ending multiple times, both in the game and for the Shadow Lord video. So I just haven't heard it as much on the soundtrack. I might have to get back to you on that. I do really like the version I've heard more, though. Inverted areas are so neat, just don't talk to Vecna. I don't get that reference. That name sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know why it sounds vaguely familiar. I can make references to Tenet, because inverted. That's all I got. There we go. Sorry, I thought since you mentioned Stranger Things you knew. Oh, I haven't watched season 4 yet, because I'm dumb. Everybody I've heard talk about it has said that it's great and that I would love it. And I'm like, cool! Then I never think about it again. Let's go! Oh, that's not what I was supposed to do. Oh, I think you mentioned that. I forgot. Maybe I did. I don't think I did, actually. Ooh, there we go. Don't know how I missed that the first time. Yeah. Not a huge spoiler, it's just the... Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. I am not fretting, but thank you. Shut up, I know. Well, that's clearly not what I'm supposed to do with those. Huh. That's looking a little more promising. Is there like a light around here that could perhaps illuminate? Oh no, I just need to time the jumps better. There we go. First try. Did Stranger Things seasons 2 and 3 have a name? I thought they were just seasons 2 and 3. I thought they were just numbered by season. Well, oh, I misunderstood what you said. There was a dangling modifier, as it were. Not a huge spoiler, it's just the baddie of the season's name. So I thought you were saying that the name of the season was like Vecna's Revenge or something like that. Now I see the error of my understanding. I don't think I was supposed to do that. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Misunderstandings all around. All around, up and down the avenue. Pachow. Take that. I don't know what I'm talking to. Who needs communication when you can have miscommunication? That's fun too. Pretty. She got her voice back. I'm not always clear when speaking typing, so sometimes I need to be reminded to actually say what I mean to. I'm completely the same way. Which is funny because I'm generally good at expressing my thoughts if I have time to like put them in order. But sometimes I'll read texts that I sent an hour ago and be like, what the hell am I saying? More colors. I don't know if there was any one color suggested by that event. It's just kind of pink and bloomy in general. That's probably pink. Yay. I just realized what a ringing endorsement I made for myself as a teacher. I promise my kids aren't always confused. Hey, have you met Pedro? He'll confuse the shit out of you. Oh, I wanted to say nothing um certain, but I think I want to start adding occasional deleted scenes to Patreon from the video essays. Uh, Not as a regular thing because I usually don't have deleted scenes. I usually decide I'm going to cut something before I get too far in the editing process. But this time I had a pretty complete scene that I just ended up feeling was rambling and not helpful to people who don't know how to read music. And I thought it might be kind of funny to throw it on the Patreon just for fun. It wouldn't be like an official perk because, again, it doesn't happen regularly enough that I would feel comfortable making that kind of promise. Because, like, I'm not going to deliberately make things that then don't deserve to end up in the final product. But I figure they'll do more good on Patreon than just on my hard drive. This one in particular was, there's one part in Scattered and Lost that is just, it's very ambiguous how to notate it because it's just so tonally confused. And so I was going through all the different ways you could notate it, and then I realized most people do not give a shit. And those who do give a shit but don't already know it by themselves are probably not going to be able to follow everything I'm saying because I'm going through it lightning fast so I can get to the main content. That's cool, just show whatever you want. I will. You can't stop me. Like, you actually can't. I don't know how you would even try. I really like the idea of having stuff available for free, but there's also like practicality involved, and also since I don't have like a second YouTube channel, maybe that's where a deleted scene would go normally, but I don't want to like if the whole point was to keep the scene from my like the majority of my audience, why would I give them a notification that I'm talking about it anyway? Well, now that sounds like a challenge. You can take it as such. It would be very scary if you actually did stop me. I think I got everything on that side of the map. That area. Where am I going? The way forward is clearly illuminated. Oh, over there. Sorry, birds. Nah, I was thinking of showing you my green bill friend, Mr. Washington. Oh, shoot. No! Ah! No big deal. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's completely fine. Actually, look at that. It's fine. I hope I have them all, because ooh, I'm missing 2. I have no idea. I have no idea where they are. The power of song and friendship got us up again. That's right. And now it's going to take us back down, because the power of song and friendship needs me to get 2 more sparkles. Ah, this looks like something that could lead me to sparkles. Pretty. He said for the 5th time this stream, probably. Oh, it just keeps being pretty. Hmm. Can't sing while falling. No talent whatsoever. Who can sing but only when they're not falling? What kind of weakness is that? I don't know what to do. What a shame, right? It's just, it's a lack of dedication to the craft, is what it is, plain and simple. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that looks important. Let's do that. Hey, look, it was important. Oh! Okay. I don't remember that. But sure. Yeah, let's go this way, okay? You're a little terrifying, but it's chill. Gorgeous. There's one. Just like a daddy long legs, that's right. So much of this part looks so similar. I don't even know if I've been here before or not. I don't think so. This doesn't look familiar. Nah, this has got to be new. What are you gonna turn into? Oh. Oh, this looks familiar. Oh, over there. Yes, good. Good, yes. Ah, shoot. I'm not sure if anyone's asked, but do you have a favorite game composer? No one has asked. And I don't have an easy answer. I feel that there are many composers that have a direct through line directly into my heart. One of them is certainly Keiichi Okabe. One of them is Yupeng Chen, who did the score for Genshin Impact. One is Gareth Coker, who did Ori and the Blind Forest. All of them, whenever I hear new pieces from them, I'm just like, how did you know what my soul was saying? I would say they're probably my favorites. In terms of film, I've always really enjoyed Hans Zimmer and Michael Giacchino. And of course, John Williams. But I feel like that goes without saying. Okay, so it's more of who makes you feel a certain way in a certain moment. Yeah, it's totally like emotional and subjective. It doesn't have anything to do with like what devices they're using when they write or anything like that. I tend to enjoy music that has accidentals more than music that's fully diatonic. I think just because it's less predictable. But it's not like it's not like I think less of music that doesn't have accidentals. That would be ridiculous. It's just I have found that trend among music that I love, that it pretty much always has accidentals somewhere. Not always. But yeah, if I just, for me, if somebody's work regularly makes me feel, honestly, like kind of the way I feel while playing GRIS, but just by listening alone, if they can regularly do that, that's pretty special. Oh, good, I'm back here. Now what? Oh, hello, obviously. I go to the up place. That was the whole point of that. Getting 2 more sparklies. Which I think I did. I was not paying close attention. I know I got at least 1. I hope I got 2. I get that music can be so varied and everyone can bring something different to the table depending on what you're looking for. Absolutely. Absolutely. And of course, 2 different people will get the same emotional experience from completely different pieces made by completely different composers. And ultimately, I think that's what taste is just what kind of music makes you feel the same way that we more or less all do. No, I take that back, because some people are looking for emotional experiences that others don't crave. Whoa, trippy! Down she goes. I was just up there. Oh. So inconsiderate. I'll forgive it, because it's the end of the game. IIRC. So rude. Just trying to be. What? But I thought I'd seen the last of you. Oh. Creepy colors. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. Have no idea what it means metaphorically, but boy is it fun to look at. I have no idea what this game is about. I said it. Well, game over. You want me to explain? Oh yeah, please do. I just realized I put my knee in frame. I am wearing pants. They're just shorts. Just want to clarify that. Hello. Can I reach the surface, please? I like to breathe. Why is it getting darker? This is up, right? Oh, weird. Wasn't there something just like this, but upside down? Well, I guess I am upside down now. Basically, it's about the stages of grief. Oh, and using color to represent that. Like red is anger, the part with the wind being so angry and blowing away. Makes sense. Then having to ground yourself in both senses. Then bargaining with the little guy. Depression in the literal depths. I don't see how acceptance ties in, though. The black inky creature is the grief manifested, and how she is her own enemy at times. So I guess the acceptance is just finally admitting that. The statue is also her mother, so that's why she's connected to it. Okay, that makes sense. I knew it wasn't her, but so, like, I assumed, if I had to guess, I would have said it was her mother. But I just wasn't quite sure. I wish the audio wasn't so warped here. I don't know why it was compressed so much for the game. I'm sure it's prettier on the soundtrack. And it is pretty. So then the grief she's going through must be the death of her mother, yeah? That's what makes the most sense with all of the imagery. Now we have acceptance. She can sing. Yeah. And we also now hear the mother with her in these final moments. Yes. I did notice that. And then she can go forward into the light and live her life. I like that a lot. Thank you for telling me. That really changes the emotional experience. Nomada Studio. There they are. There's both of them. Oh wow, the lead artist was also like the main creator. That's pretty cool. It always blows my mind when like the director of a video game is like, yeah, I did all of the whatever, like whether it's the art or the music or the story. I'm just like, how can you do that many things? You're not supposed to be good at that many different things. It's not fair for the rest of us. But like, good job. Pretty small team, lots of the same names coming up. But I mean, we knew that. Ah, Berlinist is not a person, it's a group. Interesting. They took all the talent in the womb. They absorbed their twins. Headless Productions? How gruesome. I think Adrian Garcia's shown up in the credits already, though, so... maybe a friend's company or something? Usually I don't look at credits this closely, but I don't know what else to do right now. I've heard it said left-handed people absorbed their twin in the womb. Completely true, by the way. I'm a lefty. I don't think that's true. I have no evidence saying it is or isn't. I just don't think that's true. But how terrifying if that is true, because there's been at least one person in the last 3 generations of my family that's been left-handed. The people that could have been, the families that could have lived, the lives we'll never know. Localization for a game like this is a pretty sweet gig, because you really just have to translate the UI and you're done. That turned deep. Aw, you know, just gotta throw in some existential dread every once in a while. Make sure things don't get too happy. We wouldn't want enjoyment. This is supposed to be a chill stream. I'm messing it up. Harshen the vibe. Thanks for playing. You're so welcome. I even did it a second time for you. I want to listen to the soundtrack alone, because, boy, it was bit crushed to hell. Like, I don't understand how it was. Is there something wrong with my machine? Like, it was so... I don't even know, like, the technical terms or the physics behind what's actually happening, but it was just so warped. It wasn't just a low sample rate. There was, like, compression artifacts. It was gross. Anyway, that's GRIS, which I have been pronouncing wrong this whole time. Thanks for sticking with me. Dang, you were here for the whole gosh darn stream, Pedro. Thank you. I'm not sure when I went through it, the sound was fine to me. Huh. Who knows? Maybe I imagined it. That's probably it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for coming. Thank you both for chatting so much. I always love having people to talk to. I have no life. But you give so much to other lives for work or something, right? I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I did too. I don't know what I'm gonna play next week. I usually decide like a day or two before. But yeah, I might do something indie again like this. We'll see. I'll put the thumbnail up a few days beforehand. Hope you guys have a great night or afternoon or whatever time of day it is for you, and a great coming week. And I will see you next time. Take care.